Welcome back, my beautiful friends. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Welcome to yet another amazing Hello Open Metaverse brought to you by Animoca Brands. Today, we're featuring the awesome Carmelia Ray. She's a member of the Forbes Council and head of marketing and PR at Kindly Coin. She is joined by Paul Rodney Turner, a humanitarian, author, and former monk. Now, the Kindly ecosystem was co created by Paul, who also happens to be the founder of Food for Life Global. And 14 years as a celibate monk taught Paul the benefits of discipline, simplicity, purity of intention, and spirituality. At Kindly Coin, they aim to create a socially responsible ecosystem that facilitates effortless, unrandom acts of kindness, a humanitarian based cryptocurrency project launched in Web 3.0. Today, we're chatting about how cryptocurrency is changing philanthropy and how the ease of transferring crypto anywhere in the world has enabled many nonprofits to work with donors globally. Interestingly enough, the charity metaverse is also in progress. Philanthropic principles are being reimagined in the metaverse as we speak. Now, crypto philanthropy differs significantly from traditional ways of giving. These differences are changing donor demographics, funding models, and even the reasons for giving. The rising frequency of these crypto donations suggests this method of giving will play an enduring role in the nonprofit sector and perhaps even transform philanthropy as a whole. Many of the principles shaping the metaverse are charitable in nature. The space is often populated by people who are idealistic and future focused. Many, but not all of these projects are using non fungible tokens, NFTs, as an entry point for donors. Donors receive an NFT tree in return for their donations, so to speak. It's a unique digital tree that will grow over time and can be traded. And here to chat some more are my awesome friends, Carmelia Ray and Paul Rodney Turner. Welcome to the show, superstars.
Thank you so much, Zen. Appreciate it.
Carmelia, welcome back.
Great to be here.
All right, Paul, Kindly Coin is the world's first social impact cryptocurrency on the Ethereum blockchain with a guaranteed measurable social impact. 2.5% of every transaction is allocated to the Kindly Social Impact wallet. And Kindly Coin's core founding member is Food for Life Global. That's your original organization. And you are the world's largest food relief program with 260 affiliate projects in 60 countries, serving up to 2 million plant-based meals daily. I love it. Talk to me about the benefits of using Kindly Coin for charity and donation and how both organizations are working together.
Well, as a longtime humanitarian and a social entrepreneur, I'm always looking for ways to leverage the latest technology, like to help to support the charity work that I do. I've been doing it for 39 years now. And the Kindly ecosystem was something I envisioned a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. The idea being of creating an ecosystem whereby as people participate in it, automatically, naturally, they're doing acts of kindness, measurable social impacts. And so we launched the coin just 2 weeks ago on September 22nd. Just so that you know, just to be correct here, the actual coin that we have launched now does not have a charity tax embedded into it. But what it will do, as it interacts with our Kindly ecosystem products, it will act as a catalyst to generate social impact. So we've changed the strategy a little bit there. And so the idea is that, we're just looking for ways to make it easy for people to be kind. And charitable giving is, really, really enormous right now. It's something like $420 billion in size in the way that companies and individuals are giving back now. So it's a massive market.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, it's the younger generation that's pushing this. It's the Gen Zs that are actually telling their companies that they're buying from to please give back, please be caring, please be socially responsible. And it's the exact same demographic that's pushing blockchain technology, Web3, and cryptocurrency.
Oh, without a doubt. Last year was the largest ever for crypto donations by far, Paul. Fidelity Charitable received around 331 million in cryptos in 2021 compared to 20 million in 2020. And in its annual report, Giving Block, a crypto donation platform, reported 69 million in total donation volume last year, which was a massive spike from 2020. So the ease of transferring cryptos to any part of the world allows charitable organizations to have donors globally, to your point, and many international charity organizations have started accepting crypto donations. UNICEF launched a new financial vehicle, crypto fund, to deal with cryptocurrencies. And big organizations such as Red Cross and Greenpeace, they've also started accepting crypto. So you're 100% right. That is where we are headed, and the younger generation is driving it. Carmelia, crypto donations, to Paul's point, help nonprofits that are unable to get funding due to government restrictions. And in 2010, this is interesting, WikiLeaks, which is an international nonprofit that publishes new leaks, was blacklisted by the US. Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal blocked its funding. Now WikiLeaks receives millions in crypto donations. Despite this unprecedented growth, so to speak, cryptocurrency philanthropy remains a niche form of giving and differs very different from the traditional approaches in many ways. What is the future of Kindly Coin, and how will it change the world?
You know that we at the very beginning, we are working right now with 3 charity partners. The future for Kindly is to expand this opportunity to multiple charity partners, to the point where anybody who's donating on the blockchain, when we talk about measurable social impact, it's not just the idea of giving a sum of crypto or writing a check for X number of dollars. You literally can see, just like Uber Eats, you bought the social impact. You can see the person planting the tree. You can you know what's happening, and then you see the finished donation, what your crypto did, the impact that you made socially, whether it was to save an animal, to feed a child, to build a school. One of the differences in a lot of these organizations is not having that trackability, and not necessarily knowing how much of their money is going to fund their particular social impact of interest. And on top of that, we have a marketplace. We have an interesting NFT project coming up. So we're very heavily, we've got a lot of incredible plans for gaming also. So we want to make charity and kindness fun. We want to make charity and giving cool. We want to make this a no-brainer. It's something that you do anytime you give, anytime you purchase, anytime you eat food. You know that you are helping and you are impacting the world and humanity in a great way.
Well said. Well said. Paul, I'm going to go back to something that you just touched on earlier, but the pool of cryptocurrency users, right, on average, much younger, we talked about this, than traditional donors to philanthropy. Over 60% of cryptocurrency users are under the age of 40. And in the US, the average age of crypto users is 38, whereas the average age of donors is 64. And traditional philanthropy has focused more on popular nonprofits. Many donors have been more inclined to international charity organizations skilled in communicating their success, but the trend may be costing smaller and equally outstanding organizations who could also use the support. So at this point right now, let's chat about the roles of charity in shaping the metaverse with what you have going on. So new spaces in the metaverse, Paul, are being created all the time, but despite the best charitable intentions, some are forming without the benefit of the sector's expertise. And Kindly Coin aims to bring together charities and NFT projects to share experiences and learn together. How important is it for charities to establish a club and a presence within an existing metaverse space?
I think it's critical because, whether it's, we have 2 things happening here. We have like Meta, formerly Facebook, trying to create this new, digital world and expecting that people are just going to jump into that and just change their life. And then you have Apple's approach where it's more focused on AR, like staying in the real world, but enhancing that experience through technology, through AR technology. So either one, it could go either way. I'm more inclined to think that it's going to go the Apple way, because Apple's always, they've proven themselves to be, always ahead of the curve. They wait. They're never first to the market, but they sort of wait and they see what's happening, and then they produce something really beautiful. So I feel like there's going to be a digital world. It's going to be part of our life. And if we don't respond to that, we're going to, miss out tremendously. And it's just like, for example, the 90s, when people were writing off the internet thinking it's just some fad. Well, now we see that the internet is the basis of all the way we do business now. In the same way with blockchain, Web3, everything we do, how we interact with this world will be based on blockchain technology. So it's a matter of, when and not if it's going to happen.
Correct. Very true. Very true. Carmelia, nonprofits currently right now are finding it easier statistically to target existing donors than to find new donors. So as a result, donors often prefer to remain anonymous as the pressure to give increases. And similarly, donating a big amount may require the completion of Know Your Customer, what we call KYC, and other personal identification requirements. Donating in crypto, though, helps donors preserve their anonymity even while donating millions of dollars, although such anonymity might not last as long as many countries are increasing their crypto regulations. That's a side note. How important, Carmelia, is anonymity and transparency and proper vetting to the Kindly ecosystem?
It's I think that's everyone wants to be able to give without pressure. You don't want to have to feel this obligation. As far as kindness is concerned, we want it to come from their heart, from their space that they want to contribute and give back. Anonymity is important in my world, in relationships, all relationships. People don't want to have to monitor everything. I think where we focus on the transparency is where your giving and dollars are going to, and that it's actually making a difference, and you feel responsible for making a specific impact to the cause that matters to you most.
Yeah, very true, very true. Which brings me to my next question for Paul. Paul, donors, may find crypto philanthropy appealing for various reasons, right? But crypto investors can avoid capital gains tax through donations, and donating long-term appreciated assets even directly can also unlock additional funds for charity. And there's also the potential savings for donors and nonprofits on transaction fees that are embedded in traditional financial services platforms. Talk to me about the Kindly Coin incentives and how they're different.
Well, the Kindly Coin, as I said, will act as a vehicle, a catalyst for creating measurable social impact in our system. So what's unique about it is that typically when people are giving in charity, and this is what Carmelia was mentioning, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, well, what happened with my money? Did it actually go to something measurable? Did the actual money go to programs and not administration? And that's always a concern. And I've been in the space for so long, and I've seen so many dodgy activities, dodgy charitable programs out there. So what we're trying to do at Kindly is to be completely transparent from the get-go, from the beginning to the end. When your dollar comes into our system, we want to track the movement of that dollar and how it transforms into measurable social impact. So people can be confident that, okay, even if they want to be anonymous, that's fine too. That's another thing. But the dollars that they initiated will be, transform into something really beautiful and measurable. Like a tree gets planted, a child gets a meal, a rescued animal gets a meal, plastic is recycled from the ocean. And the idea is we want to address all of the sustainable development goals that the United Nations has identified, the 17 of them. And we want to do that by identifying a charity partner that can address that particular SDG and provide a solution which is measurable. And so as long as it's measurable, then we're willing to fund that and support that activity.
I love it. You are doing amazing, amazing things. We have about a minute and a half left. Carmelia, let's chat very quickly about success for Web3 philanthropy is really going to come down to charities and NFT projects forming effective partnerships. And we've talked about effective partnerships, but NFT projects have technical expertise. They have an understanding of operating within the metaverse, and often they have a strong desire to have real world impact. But they aren't sure of the best way of doing that. And charity organizations are the other side of that equation. Talk to me about the importance of partnerships at the Kindly Coin ecosystem.
Partnerships will make or break any business, any company, which is why our board of advisors includes, Jing Q Hong, includes Matthew Leviton, includes, Chris Hant. These are people that run major companies, have worked with millions and millions of dollars, know the infrastructure. I cannot think of a better co-founder than Paul, who's already running a successful organization, who's fed, I don't know, how many millions of meals have you fed now, Paul?
It's actually 8 billion meals that our organization has fed over the last, 30, 40 years.
So. Did you say 8 billion?
Yes.
8 billion.
Wow.
8 billion. So to already have that, you want to choose partners that have a success record, that have a trackable, measurable system, and not giving new people an opportunity. But this is where partnership is really important as you select who is going to help you move the needle and who's going to help you achieve your goal.
Wow, I love it. This was such a great interview. We're out of time, but I just want to thank you both for coming on. Paul, you're doing amazing things. Thank you for giving back so much to the world and to humanity. And Carmelia, thank you for always bringing us the coolest projects, the coolest people. You're always working on something incredible. That's why you are the celebrity matchmaker.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Guys, the Kindly ecosystem is a fully streamed process for purchasing, tracking, and executing certified measurable social impact on the blockchain. Just like Paul said, it was built from the ground up to not only be transparent, but to also satisfy the needs for corporate social responsibility. You definitely have to check out Kindly Coin. Head to their website, kindlycoin.com. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. That was our Hello Open Metaverse segment brought to you by Animoca Brands. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Animoca Brands as a worldwide industry leader in digital, entertainment, blockchain, gamifications, and digital property rights. Animoca Brands plays a key role in the future growth of the metaverse. Ranked by the Financial Times as a high-growth company, Animoca Brands creates a new asset class, GameFi economies, and a more equitable digital framework contributing to the building of the open metaverse. For more information and to become part of the excitement, go to animocabrands.com. That's animocabrands.com.